Have you always longed to take your dog out for a lovely walk and then settle in a pub or a coffee shop and always struggled with the dog not being able to chill, relax, despite you giving them loads and loads of good quality treats or chews, or done lots of settling practice at home? Then this video might be for you. It takes us through a whole process of what we did with a dog after a walk and got it to settle in a nice coffee shop. So enjoy. The way I do coffee shops with dogs is you have like a green zone in front of you, and initially I don't really ask for much from the dog. So you just got to stay in that sort of green zone. You're not going over there. You're not going over like you're just staying in here. So it allows them to come into this vicinity and just be like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm not under too much pressure. I'm not being asked to just lie down straight away, and also I'm not getting to. You could do me a favour if you're enjoying this video, getting something out of it. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, then Billy and I here would really appreciate that, wouldn't we, boy? And add below things that you would like to see in this channel and things that you're struggling with. Back to the video. Great fun with these people, those dogs that stand the other.
Yeah, so there's like an in-between.
There's an in-between, and then once the dog's sort of settled like he is now,
yeah,
that's when I will ask for like a bit of obedience and say to him, right, Pip, lie down.
That already makes so much sense.
Yeah. So then now I would put a bit of obedience on him, just ask him, don't even need to use that, I'll just ask him.
Pip, down.
There you go.
Good lad.
And then I would take the bit, give him a bit, there we go. And then just leave him be. And if he gets up, that's where I just say to so he would probably try a couple of times to get up. I would just say to him, no, down. Just quietly, like don't panic, like no, down. And you get some dogs you end up in this sort of 3, 4, 5 times whilst you go through it, and eventually they'll go, can't get out of this. I'm actually all right here. It's not a massive threat. Paul's holding a boundary. And where people get it wrong is then, obviously not here, but like yesterday with Theo, Jonathan's there rattling food into him.
Yeah.
Every time he's like not doing something or barking at the wait, there's some food. Like he's literally building anticipation. And lots of dogs go through a process of, you haven't given me a treat, I will bark at you. People then go, shh. They then quiet, and then give them food. And then they just kind of, and the dog doesn't actually chill out because all they're doing is they're waiting, they're anticipating for the next bit of reward.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I've definitely fallen into that trap.
Yeah, and now we go for our self-calming. Simple as that. But yeah, you just come in, set a bit of a green zone wherever's appropriate. You're not diving under the table or doing anything like crazy, because that's again, it becomes then not for him, but for a lot of dogs, it could become the space they might start to guard and think that's theirs. So people will put them under like that, they're nice and safe there. Then the other dog comes past and they go mental because it's basically you're putting them in their crate. Yeah. And they feel trapped in. And then there's this threat of this dog, and then lunge, or it's the person and stand there, because obviously the dog's got behavioural issues, so they put them somewhere. Actually, then the dog goes, I'm going to start resource guarding this bit of space. This is mine, kind of thing. So then we give up and don't. There we go. Thank you very much, Pip. That is exactly what I needed to say.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then we just ignore him, and we have coffee, and life is. Yeah, he thinks the street's going.
You, my love.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely fallen in the treat trap.
Yeah.
And then realise, like, once we sort of realise the whole sort of, arousal with arousal thing, it's like, well, yeah, then that doesn't make sense at all, does it?
Yeah.
Because he's never going to chill, because he's always going to be waiting for the next treat.
I want to do high intensity recall drills with you, and now with the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like you to lie down calmly and switch off. And the
Yeah.
dog's like,
Doesn't make
very clear
Don't make any
associations.
sense.
Yeah, don't make any
Yeah.
sense. Kind of thing. It's a bit like, I say, imagine if you were like trying to get a kid to sleep and you're like, in time you close your eyes and relax, I'm going to give you a bit of chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mum, where's the chocolate?
Yeah.
Mum, chocolate. Like, it's just, they're never going to switch on.
No.
You know,
No.
there's the reward coming. So, yeah, it's the process of boring. Yeah. But
And that makes sense as well. Sort of the sort of, you know, putting them sort of tucked away, thinking you're creating space, whereas actually it's just that's not.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be practical with the situation as well. But like here, perfect.
This is really good practice. No, down. No, down.
And then the temptation for most people there is to tell them, "Good boy."
Yeah.
So then he goes, "Oh, got rewarded for coming out of that."
Yeah.
So I get back up again,
Yeah.
and you end up in this cycle of putting the dog.
Like teaching that they can create the scenario.
Reward what you want. Can you almost not ignore, but you've just said to him no, and because he understands what no is, then it's
That has definitely been the most powerful thing for us. No.
yeah.
The moment we started introducing that, sort of just binning off, like realizing that the sort of the force-free world sort of saying, "Don't use no." Like, that's never sort of made sense to me.
Yeah.
Clarity.
Yeah.
But big game changer.
Yeah. A nice analogy of it, like a trainer said to me the other week. She was like, the way I get it with clients who have come from force-free type, she's like, I get them to think of, like, I don't know, so the task is getting me to go and get this spoon.
Yeah.
But you can only, the only words that you can say, don't know, I know.
No.
So you've created this task in your head that you want Paul to go and pick up this spoon. But you're not allowed to say no to me. So the only thing you can say to me is yes. So I'm going to be there thinking, well, what does Carly want me to do here? So I'll be like, going over, is it going to sit on that chair or sit on the floor? And all you can say to me is yes, as I get towards it, and then if I don't, then you leave me hanging in this space.
No communication at all.
Whereas if I say to you, right, you can say yes and no as I go and do so, I'll get it within.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go over here, and you go no. So I'm like, okay, brilliant. Sorry, mate.
No.
It's clearly the task that Carly wants me to do is not over here. So you ignore. I can exclude all the rest of the restaurant, and it's somewhere perhaps over here. It just clarifies it, and then I'm way more relaxed about it because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So no, okay, so it's something on this table.
Yeah.
Is it no, yes. I got the spoon. It's literally as simple as that.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
But what people are uncomfortable with is then teaching the dog initially and know that they understand that's proportional for the dog and the circumstance and the behaviour they're just doing. And it's taking him within a week. And then you have to manage them as much, then you can give them more freedom, because if they are about to go into something you don't want them to do, no. They do that, and you've got all these options within these loose boundaries. So
that makes sense as well. Just like giving him a bit of time while we're in here. I think that's the mistake that I've been doing most recently, is just coming in and asking for a down straight away. You know.
Yeah.
He probably feels like, right, I'm glued to this spot now, rather than just having a bit of a moment and then.
Line, yeah.
Because
you might have asked him to down, and he's got his backside towards all the toilets and everything else. So he's gone. Well, there's always people like, I want to work out what's coming towards me.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, I did.
So then he turns around, and then he can see. Oh right, I can watch the world going on, because you've asked him to down, and it's incredibly boring. And he's like, what's happening behind
Stuff's
me?
happening.
There's threats,
Yeah.
like, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, down. And actually, you can then work out what's going on around you. Feel a lot safer.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah. Indeed.
But then, he's doing really well as well, being near someone as well that's like talking or just busy doing their own thing. Like we don't actively we don't try and like be the complete opposite side of action, but like we are still in that space of like trying to find a quieter sort of spot, and life doesn't always give you that choice.
No, it doesn't give you that choice. Yeah.
So it's really good practice, but he's doing really well.
Yeah.
It's difficult with kids. I think that's the thing he finds trickiest.
Yeah. So again, that's where one, I verbally advocate for the dog. Like, if it's what am I to? It's like, oh, can I say hello? Yeah, you can go say hello. But then if it's Pip who's going to struggle, then I just have to say to the kids, no, he's not great with the and like kids are amazing if they just respect it. But again, because you've got no over him, if kids are running around, he's getting a bit like no. But again, I wouldn't ask him to be at this stage holding, like be lying down. I'd allow him just to stand and watch it and realise, fine.
Okay.
And then once he's processed that information, realise that the kids aren't going to run into his space and he's not allowed to bark at them. And right, it's been 5 minutes of watching on a table of kids and bits and pieces. You've processed that. You can now lie down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Rocky will get like, if a waiter comes over, Rocky's like, huh? I'm like, oi. He's like, okay. But can they say hello to me? And I'm like, and then obviously every member of staff wants to say hello to him. So then I'm like, yeah, do you want to say hello? And then go and tell myself. But when I first took him into a coffee shop, you can imagine.
Yeah.
You can imagine his behaviour was like, oh my god, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 99 colours that could happen.
Yeah,
in this
they're all here for me.
All here for me.
Yeah.
So again, because yes, he's people friendly, I just was like, you're going to have to learn to come into coffee shops and pubs and whatever and not be touched initially, because you lose your head.
Yeah.
Really hard. And so initially, I went in at like 9 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon if I could, and give them that experience where I knew potentially it was going to be quieter.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that experience of actually him coming to our table and him not having like Pip, didn't really know how to handle it.
Yeah.
When people gave him that attention when I first got him, he couldn't just disengage, and you could see him getting like it came from a place of anxiety. I better get there and okay, cool, I'm being touched. Is this what you want? Okay, I'll come away. So then you put him into lots of busy situations. He's like, I don't know how to just be myself.
Yeah.
Right. It's a bit like dog-friendly dogs. They can't actually be good around dogs, just over the top, and it's this and the other. It's just they're just overly compensating for the situation.
Yeah.
So that's exactly it now. Like, I mean, it was just pretzeled exactly like you'd expect him at home.
Yeah. So did it help? Did it help Rocky just doing that constant practice when it was quieter and
just a little bit? Like probably only did about 3 visits to a coffee shop. Once I knew you could do it. There we go. Pip, you lie down and just go to sleep. But I do it like really. Like the human aggressive dogs, again, take them into Roasted Bean at Crystal Palace, have a little look in, quiet enough, right, in we go.
Yeah.
So those types of dogs, I would walk them in, order a takeaway coffee, stand there for 2 minutes, walk them out, repeat that process, and then, right, I know that you really don't want to go and chin everybody, so we're going in and then we're doing this process, and obviously they're muzzled, and you can have a conversation with like, don't touch Ted, kind of thing. It's very obvious, but again, they could switch off in those places. Fine, but it came through allowing them to process the information.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other. Like, I can think of Stella, the staff that we were. She was party mad for people, absolutely party mad. She would get to the front door of a coffee shop and she'd just lose the plot. Like, like really high drive, start almost like screaming into her drive. And
Okay.
obviously, they'd always just then never been able to do it. And then it was just like, oi, Stella, no. Okay. But that all came through play, capturing drive, and making sure she could understand that when I bring a toy out, initially
Yeah.
I didn't want you going mental. Which then translated it to her, I'm feeling super excited about the coffee shop.
Yeah.
We've done this in a play session.
Yeah.
Now I want you to translate this into not a play session, but this particular session.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And she was
Yeah.
grand. And she was also really dog reactive. So again, it came through the process of telling her, like, no, can't do that. But then for that particular dog, when I took her out of the coffee shop, she then got a little bit of a tug from me because she was so like, just let that out.
That's somewhere to go. Yeah.
And then bit by bit, we didn't have to go through this whole training thing. We could just, by the end after 4 weeks, we could just walk into a coffee shop. She'd lie down, I'd have a coffee. We could walk out, and she didn't feel like. Ugh. Initially, take her out the coffee shop, take her around the corner, right, play, right.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 So again, she then had that feeling, and then we had to work through the process. And yeah, sounds easy. But
No, it's nice to hear like familiar things.
yeah,
You know, sometimes where it's felt like it's just us that have
Yeah.
look at everyone else with their dog, and their dog's just like,
yeah. But they're the dogs that people can. They're the type of dogs that can just go into those places.
yeah,
There are hundreds and thousands of dogs that can't cope with that.
yeah,
So they're just like, oh, they'll never be able to cope with it.
yeah,
Or it's because everyone's expectations are just come in and they will just be like the golden retriever lying on the floor or the pug that's just there, whatever. And they try it with their dog, it goes all a bit wrong, and you're like, yeah, this is the way to do it.
yeah,
So when I'm leaving a coffee shop with a dog, I walk them nicely in obedience out, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as we're outside, I'll walk them, a little bit of obedience, and then I'll release them. You can have a sniff, tea, bit of free time just to sort of process that experience.
yeah, yeah.
Make it we have.
But all those Dr. Melanie videos were really good.
Yeah.
Sort of talking about the stress sort of tests and stuff about like cortisol levels and how like exercise the effect that and like it making sense to have this decompression thing. Like the vets will be a thing for us as well to sort of navigate, because every time you go in, they come out and they're like,
right, okay, yeah.
So he's always like really overstimulated after the vets.
We're going to do a vet's visit then.
Oh, nice, because he gets a lot of
fuss
and cuddling.
Yeah. But now it's different. Like, he's had fuss and affection people on park benches, and he's now although the vets will be a 10 out of 10 thing for him previously, a person on a park bench was a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's actually, you can allow him to do it. And
it's amazing.